Alright, fuck faces, welcome back to Practicing Hands, an artwod figure roadmap, right? I'm explicitly doing the hand section, and that's its own series. I don't know why the fuck I'm explaining this, right? Artwod is the best platform in the world to teach you how to draw from imagination. They give you the work, not the shortcut work that lets you draw like this after 3 years and 9 months of practice, right? I'm Viggy, and this is for all the people who came from Broken Draw shout out, right? Respects to him. Appreciation, not gluck, fucking jizz them in my mouth from Tyrell and Holtelt, right? Very, very good. But yeah, for all the people who came from Broken Draw, shout out in his latest video about like 12 resources and shit. The bastard, he has completely misled you as to what my channel is. My channel is, if you get value from the form intersections and the mannequinizations I do, wonderful. But this channel is an art progress channel. I'm Viggy, right? This channel is a repository of my practice. I aim to prove that anybody can draw. Granted, they focus. I aim to prove anybody can learn to draw. Granted, they focus on the right things, which is the fundamentals. And every single one of you is capable of that. This channel is a long horizon channel, fucking decades and decades of practice to completely demystify the skill acquisition of draftsmanship, right? So that's what this channel is. You may gain value from it, right? Based on like the things that I do, but it is primarily, this is what happens when somebody spends 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, purely focused on the biggest return on investment within the skill of drawing and draftsmanship. And body doubling, draw along with me, right? Give me retention, fucking I need the watch hours. I'm stuck at 2,000, goddammit, we're stagnating currently. But yeah, with that being said, get your pen, get your paper, and draw along. Yeah, no, I really appreciate a tiered shout out though. I woke up and I'm like, I have 10 more subs. What the fuck happened? I don't gain 10 subs in a day. I gain like fucking 1 sub every 3 months, right? So yeah, that's who I am. And yes, I swear, yes, I'm abrasive, blah, 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 right? I'm glad Tyrion gave the little warning. That shit made me chuckle. But yeah, this is not a channel where you will learn whatever the fuck you want to learn, whatever value you gain from it. Wonderful. I will not obviously fucking be like, don't gain that value. But the value of this channel is the fact that it is an objective repository of human skill acquisition over decades, right? The whole point of this channel, the whole point of my learning is to shit on talent, right? If you look at my channel, 421 videos uploaded currently of my main practice, of like literally what I practice. 95% of everything I practice is uploaded, right? And that is what this channel is, right? It is not a channel specifically where you come for one tip or one trick or any of that shit, right? It's literally a channel where it's all about proving that anybody can draw, especially you, right? Especially you. And right now I'm just drawing the orthographic view because recall is very important. Recall is a huge part of learning, right? So recall, let's just say this is the right hand, right? Recall is very important. So I am actively trying to ensure that I am, and this is like hard obviously, right? Just like me, but I'm actively trying to ensure that, like, is this half? Because it's supposed to be 2 halves to create a whole. That's pretty decent. Obviously I made this a little bit lower, right? And then so now you might be wondering, like, okay, so what is this practice, right? So basically, I am going to be visualizing the box, right, with all the diagonal cross sections. Oh, somebody asked, what the fuck do you mean by diagonal cross section? All I mean is, for every given plane of a box, we go from one corner to the other, and it's a diagonal, and it's a cross section because when you do the other side, you section the plane into 4 equal parts, right? And it is being created by 2 diagonals, right? It's a diagonal cross section. So I will respond to that person because they asked, what the fuck do you mean by that, right? But that's literally what I mean. But the whole point is drawing is thinking, draftsmanship is thinking, drawing is thinking, right? And the main difficulty of this practice is I have to visualize the box. So I've already started thinking, right? But I have to visualize the box, I have to visualize the diagonal cross sections, I have to visualize seeing through the form, calculating. It's all thinking, right? My working memory is already very taxed doing this. And while I'm visualizing this, I have to ensure that I'm also accounting for this subtle diagonal, because this subtle tapering of the palm is not this diagonal cross section. It is the diagonal cross section that when you cut this plane in half, it is this one that meets in the middle, right? So I have to think about that in perspective. Like you'll see, I put the box here. Like that's literally, this fuckery is what I'm trying to see in my mind at all times while drawing, right? And already I'm struggling a lot, what the fuck, I cannot speak. Already I'm struggling a lot right now. And on top of that, there's also the form blending. And this is like the form blending of the sphere into the tapered organic palm shape, right? So there's a lot to be done here. But anyways, enough fucking, I mean, not enough talking. Obviously, the whole point of this channel is I keep talking and keep explaining that while I'm drawing this, I'm trying to think about the diagonal cross section. My brain is, immediately it's lost it, right? But I am getting better because now I can see, right? I can see the diagonal cross section, and the biggest thing is like I have to make the box larger as well, right? I have to make the box larger, and I'm gonna have the hand be on the opposite side now, so it's gonna be the left hand, right? And sorry, the thumb on the opposite side. And again, I'm constantly trying to think about the diagonal cross section, and at this point, I'm also trying to ensure that, so if this is the perspective, right? This is the perspective. This is the perspective I've decided on. It's actually basically the same perspective as this, but the hand is just in the opposite. It's just literally the opposite hand. We went from doing this to what the fuck? I cannot speak to this, right? Yeah, this is why you fucking draw along, because I offer no value, right? None of you will give a shit about me. Like, I'm glad Tyrion gave me a shout out, but vast majority of you who have hopped on will be like, I don't give a fuck about this guy, and you'll leave, right? And the others will be like, this is actually a pretty good way to ensure my own discipline by drawing along. You may stay, you may not. That's okay. It's up to you, right? It doesn't fucking matter at the end of the day, because this channel is what? Watch me become great, right? So what does that mean? Vast majority of people who are simply passerbys will not and do not give a semblance of a fuck about me, and you shouldn't, right? Why should you care about someone who does not have the skills, right? Like, why should you care about someone who doesn't have the skills? And again, while I'm talking, because talking while thinking about drawing is extremely difficult, right? That is something I'm constantly trying to improve, right? But why should you give a shit about somebody who doesn't have the skill? So, obviously, again, I'm trying to think about the way the sphere is intersected. That's why this helps quite a bit, right? Because there's multiple things happening right now in my mind, right? I'll get back to shitting on myself later, but there's multiple things happening in my mind right now, right? Is the fact that I have to think about the box, right? I have to think about the diagonal cross sections. I have to think through and see the form through. I have to make sure that the box in and of itself is consistently in the same proportions relative to the proportions that I've set here, right? It's like, it's very consistently set in those proportions. And then while I'm doing that, I also have to think about how, and see, like, I actually have to make this larger, right? That's a mistake on my end. I actually have to make this much larger. There you go, because that is the halfway point, and then this is where the hand. Okay, so there you go. I'm thinking about the diagonal cross sections. While I'm doing that, I have to think about this center plane, this center line in this plane, right? And then I have to think about this diagonal cross section right here, like the one that's derived from the middle, right? So that's where this line indication comes from. While I'm thinking about that, I also have to think about, while thinking about all of those things, so already a dozen items in my working memory, right? So while I'm thinking about all of those things, and I am in extreme amounts of discomfort, I have to think about the proportion, size, and relation and the relation of this sphere, the form that it has, right? And by the way, this is also like a diagonal, like this thumb is this same diagonal, so I have to make sure it is, actually, I drew it wrong here, but it should be more like that, because this, one thing artwod says, like, this is the curve that you should see. Like, that's generally happening with your hand, right? Something like this. Like, if it's just like this, you'll see, if this is the box, right? This is the diagonal cross section. My hand, just in like a general resting position, right? This is a template. This is not like a fucking physical law of reality that the hand must be like this when it is completely neutral, right? But these are just templates which, after internalizing, after hundreds of repetitions, and thousands of repetitions, right, we will get better at, right? And that's the curve. Oh yeah, another thing about this channel for the newcomers, right? And emphasis on the comers. Right, nobody's new in that regard. But anyways, emphasis, what the fuck am I saying? Like, another thing for the newcomers is the fact that, like, this channel is all about believing that we can learn. Okay, so like, if you don't believe you can learn, congratulations, you are in the right place, because I will fucking prove through hundreds and thousands of repetitions that it is sheer volume that will allow you to learn, right? And that is something that you should be excited for, right? I'm telling you how to feel, right? But anyways, like, I'm really struggling to think about how the sphere blends together here, and I'm also thinking about how now, because I have to think about the thumb now, right? So I have to think, like, where is the thumb in regards to all this? This is the center point of the sphere, so that might be the thumb, right? And again, I'm trying to think about this diagonal cross sections right around there. So I think the thumb is actually, I think we can close the sphere off, right? I think we can. And again, while I'm drawing this sphere, I keep losing the box. I keep losing it, right? I have lost the box multiple times, but I'm really trying to think. Right now, this is the diagonal, so it's something like this, right? And this is again like it's all incredibly difficult, right? And then this is the box, and because you see how many different variables there are. Like imagine you have to think about a plane in 3 dimensions, right? But you have to think about that plane in the box, and then there's something that's following this diagonal cross section with a thumb, but then there's a sphere that's intersected with it, but then there's something that's following these two diagonals, right? Because that the box is actually tapered that way in perspective. Like the fucking it is multiple variables are being held in my mind at the same time, and I actually should have made this a bit more, there you go, tapered like so. And again, I'm trying to really think, and I've lost the perspective. I've lost the scene through box multiple times, like, and I mean like genuinely dozens of times. But part of learning is to constantly keep recognizing, and again, this is also very difficult what I'm doing here, right? Which is trying to keep the tapering correct. And this is basically what is this called? The contour manipulation. This is basically a part of contour manipulation. Like you have a box, right? Already difficult to project a box out, right? Like already pretty difficult. But then contour manipulation is like, okay, take that box framework and now like fucking curve along those edges and curve along those edges and then keep this bottom straight and then have a little curve in the middle right there. That little curve in the middle right there is basically half an ellipse, right? Or like 1/4 of a fucking ellipse or 1/3 of an ellipse, right? In perspective. So these are all things that, and then you have to project it outward, right? We have to project it outward, and that's also a skill to be able to join this curve and that and the curve that's being projected outward, and to still make sure that it aligns in perspective. Right? These are all extremely difficult skills. So another thing about this channel, everything is a fucking skill, nothing is a talent. All right? Let me say that again. Everything is a skill, which is a behavior which can be improved by hundreds and thousands of repetitions, intentional repetitions, where you're constantly thinking, right? So that is the main thing that I would love to get across to every single one of you dipshits, is the fact that you can learn anything you want. Just throw your ego in the fucking trash, because how you feel doesn't matter. What you can do is matters, and what you can do is continue to try, right? The world belongs to what the fuck? The world belongs to those who can continue to do without seeing the results of their doing, right? And that's you, all right? That's you. You can 100% continue to do without seeing the results of your doing, right? And again, like this thumb might be too large, right? Because thinking about proportions, think about proportional relations, right? While doing this is already, and I definitely made this a little bit too much. This angle, like I jutted it out a bit too much, but either way, I think yeah, definitely like this should have been cut off around here, this thumb part, because if I look at the reference that they put, like artwod puts, it is much smaller, and I made it much larger, right? So I'm actually just gonna make this thumb shorter to make up for that, right? And this is a tapered cylinder, right? And again, me explaining this to myself is me teaching myself. So this is a cylinder where there's a point right around there, right? Like this is the point, and then it's tapering down here. You won't understand this concept until you've drawn like 1,000 cylinders. You simply won't. Like you won't be able to apply it until you've done the volume to apply it, right? And that's just a matter of fact. Like that's another thing. You are only as good. So these are like obviously things I'm telling the new people, right? But you're only as good as the work you have put in, right? That does not, and your ego, okay, two things, right? You're only as good as the work you put in, and your ego is in the trash. And like, actually, let me finish what the fuck I was saying before, right? Because I completely lost my train of thought on that. And this is gonna happen a lot. Like this is literally my channel, okay? So go fuck yourself. And please stay, like, subscribe, watch every video. But you're only as good as the work you put in, right? Let me not forget that point. But the other thing is, and again, while I'm drawing this, I'm really trying to hold the perspective, like the box in my mind, right? Like I'm genuinely really trying to hold the box in my mind. This actually doesn't look too bad. This genuinely, if I go from here, apart from the thumb being incorrect, it's actually starting a lot, like again, recall, constantly trying to remember, right, is a huge part of learning. And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm constantly trying to remember, right? And right now I'm struggling immensely to think about the proportions, the proportions, what the fuck, the proportions while I do this, right? Like, because I'm trying to think about the box, I'm trying to think about the diagonal cross sections, right? I'm not trying to see through the box to the best of my ability, right? That actually isn't that bad. That genuinely isn't that bad, right? And again, I'm trying to apply the lines as fast as I can while doing so as well, right? But also we rest our brains because we use the micro gap effect. So I'm gonna obviously completely not finish any of the sentences that I started, any of the topics. I'm gonna rest my brain and then we're gonna try again, right? And again, it's extremely difficult to talk about random bullshit while I'm trying to think about a fucking box with seeing through with its diagonal cross sections and think about proportions and all that shit. And that's the power of repetition, intentional repetitions, cognitive fucking psych, neuroscience, right, neurobiology, whatever the fuck you want to call it, right? And every time you make an error, we feel good about it. We attach dopamine to errors, right? I don't know why the fuck I'm saying this at this point. Like everybody who would have been perhaps interested in the channel has fucked off because they're like, oh, this guy's annoying, right? But we'll get back to that. We'll get back to that because that's actually part of the beautiful appeal of my channel, right? Because it doesn't matter who you are, anybody can be great, right? That's another thing I like to always that I like to talk about is like literally every single one of you can be great. You can be an annoying cunt like me, and as long as you put the work in, you'll still be a fucking goat, right? Given you extend the time horizon by 10 years, right? Minimum thinking half a decade, reasonably, like, you know, I would encourage you to think in at least 1 to 2 decades, right? And with that being said, rest your brain, please. Thank you. All right, wonderful. So let me actually finish every single thing I want to talk about, and I'll be a waste man, right? But first of all, I made dozens of mistakes. Like this is not aligned. Like this right here, these are not aligned properly. This was a mistake that I had to correct over there, right? I lost the perspective literally dozens of times consistently, right? It is normal for you. It is absolutely without a doubt normal and expected for you to constantly lose the many things you are holding in your working memory. What do I mean by working memory? Literally just what you're capable of focusing and concentrating on in your mind, calculating on the page, whatever the fuck, however you want to say it, right? And again, while I'm doing this, I'm also trying to see through this form as well, right? Like I'm trying to see this contour while I draw it, right? Like while I only draw the part that is visible, I'm trying to calculate and visualize. And while I'm calculating and visualizing that, I'm also trying to keep thinking about the fucking box, which is incredibly difficult. And I keep losing that, right? And the see-through box especially, right? But okay, so let me talk about the first thing, which is nobody will give a fuck about me until I'm good enough, right? Like you, who is like probably sub to me because you're like, oh, Tyrion mentioned this guy and he's gonna swear at me, interesting, blah, blah, blah. And then you come to my channel and the reality is, oh, it's just day by day, 1 hour at a time, incremental improvements. He's yelling at a page. He's talking about all this neuroplasticity shit. He's telling me I can do it, whatever, cool. But where is the good art, man? Where's the good art? Again, this is 5% of my practice, if that. The fundamentals created this. This did not create the fundamentals, okay? This is an application, a stress test of all the foundational work I've done on my channel, right? So if you're here for really nice art, really cool art, fuck off. This is the wrong place for you. If you're here to learn, to practice along, and to genuinely create a mindset that will make you invulnerable to any highs and lows of your art, and purely just make you someone who believes in themselves, right, and knows exactly how to learn to the best of their ability, then join me, brother. Let us draw together, right? And sister, of course, right? Because I think I have like a fucking 2% female audience. So join me, right? But either way, right, I know that vast majority of you will not give a fuck about me, and I don't expect you to, because right now we are in the quote-unquote dark forest, right, the valley of despair of the proof of work and all that shit. Like, I am creating the largest proof of work known in the history of mankind of skill acquisition, specifically in the domain of art. But there's literally no channel like this. Like you'll not find it. All right. By the time I'm on hour 2000, year 8 of this channel, right, I will be much better, much greater, much more excellent, right? And that will when the payoff will start to happen in terms of external, like the lagging indicators of success, the lagging indicators of notoriety, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But right now, what we're here is, that's why, like Tyrion always says, or he's mentioned, he's like, you're gonna be here early on this channel. Like, this shit isn't gonna blow up for a very long time, right? So if you want to draw along and have the mindset of someone who believes in their ability to figure it out, then yeah, watch me become great with me, right? Emphasis on the come. Obviously I make a lot of shit jokes like that, fucking get used to it, that's just part of it, right? But like, I don't expect anybody to give a shit until It's like, oh yeah, what the fuck? That guy's still going and he's still drawing? Incredible. Okay, cool. Like, I guess there's some merit to that. And then this is just me being like, yeah, like, I'll fucking show all of you. This is just me objectively stating that my channel means nothing until it does, right? Which is literally how anything worthwhile, anything that actually has purpose usually ends up being, right? Like anything that actually has potential, you know, like the potential is only understood in hindsight. And the whole point is I'm trying to tell every single one of you that you have that potential too, right? And again, like I lost the perspective fucking dozens of times while I was like drawing these contours and shit from my own knowledge. Oh shit, I forgot to contour the thumb. The thumb contour is also very important, right? Another thing, right? What was the other thing I said? You're only as good as the work you put in, right? So there's two things of that. One, if you're gonna be here, we're gonna throw our ego in the fucking garbage, okay? There are 100 things that I don't know, and when I die, there will be 100 things, there will be 1,000 things that I don't know, right? Like that is literally just the cost of entry to learning anything, okay? So that is fine. That's number one. That doesn't mean that you cannot and you should not be proud of the work that you have already done, right? Like that does not mean that you should not be proud of the work that you've already done, right? And the work that you have put in and the efforts you constantly make. Because the number one thing I always say is the effort is the only thing we can control. Okay, let me say that again. The effort is the only thing, literally, in any given moment, right? In any given moment, the effort is the only thing we can control. Right? Let me really emphasize only. There you go. Hopefully that helped, right? But yeah, you don't deserve like to be anything. Like it's like, oh, I should be this good. I should be that good. There's no should, right? You are only as good as the work you put in. Right? And the work you put in is a reflection of the effort you put in, the effort you put towards thinking, the effort you put towards applying, the effort you put towards thinking while applying, and vice versa, all that shit, right? And the effort you put towards learning, and where you put that effort. Did you put it on spatial reasoning? Did you put it on your line quality? Did you put it on understanding foundational concepts, right? And this is a huge disclaimer. I'm not saying that just because if you're hearing this and you're like, damn, I didn't do that, that doesn't fucking matter, because now you're like, oh, I can do that, right? I'm telling you, you can do that, right? Like me visualizing this entire fucking diagonal cross section while drawing, like, and again, the diagonal cross section, this box is the skill that I'm building. This hand simply is just something that exists within it, but it doesn't fucking matter. Like that is not the goal. The goal is literally to be able to visualize a box with all its sides seen through with diagonal cross sections, like in the visible and invisible planes, right? Whilst drawing something inside of it, any series of forms that are accounting and aligning with the center points and the diagonal cross sections and all the other things being calculated, right? But yeah, we're only as good as the work we put in, and that's a good thing because it's just a reflection of reality, right? So you must see reality clearly, right? I don't know how many people take this to heart. I actually don't even know how many fucking people even watch this channel, right? I noticed on the Broken Draw School community that I'm a part of now, like I was just like, where the fuck are you? Where are all you dickheads coming from? I was very happy, but I was also like, fuck you guys, bro. Like the amount of people who were like, because I made an intro post, right? Because it was like required, and I made like a little drawing, and I'm like, hello, I'm Biggie. Please watch my channel. I need your money, right? The good shit, as you all know, right? And there was like five people I've never seen comment on my channel or anything, which obviously is not as if you're gonna comment. I don't expect everybody to fucking whoever watches the internet to comment. I don't even comment on the vast majority of people I watch, but I love their shit, right? But that just means like, you know, I have a hidden fan base. But yeah, I was just like, they're all like, oh, I love Biggie, I watch your shit, you're a huge inspiration, I've been watching you for a while. I'm just like, yo, bro, like, can you like please like, comment, subscribe, give me money? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But either way, I don't even know where I went with that. Oh, see, like bad habit. I keep trying to curve the line because my brain wants to essentially shield me from mistakes, right? And be like, oh no, like we're hitting it. No, right? It's like, no, we were off, and that's a good thing. Like we're off. And that's another thing. Like when I say throw your ego in the trash, I don't mean think lesser of yourself. All I'm saying is put your mistakes out there. Analyze your mistakes. Your mistakes are data points. Right? That's another thing I want to encourage anybody who's new. Like learning is engineering your mind. Okay? You're engineering your mind. That's literally what you're doing. You're not oh, and by the way, this is also a box, right? Like you're just engineering your ability to think, right? Like that's literally it. So when you make a mistake, you are not a fucking reflection of that mistake. It's a reflection of your skill. It's always a skill issue. So it's a data point. It's a fucking data point, and that's all it is, and that's all it ever will be, right? So these are all skills. These are all skills, and these are all very, very intentional skills. And these are obviously not going to be the easiest skills, and they're difficult. It will be difficult to constantly have these things oscillate in your mind. So the only thing I can tell you in the beginning is focus on the effort, focus on the errors, and attach dopamine to them. Oh fuck! Why did I put 26 again? God damn it! 26. Right? Is that? Can we start that, guys? Can we hashtag ViggyFam that? Also, ViggyFam means to try your best and use neuroplasticity and rest, and focus on the errors and attach dopamine to them, and then to rest afterwards. I literally created that unnecessary lengthy description, just because the whole like hashtag ViggyFamming thing, like it wasn't really working. It's still not working. I'm still gonna be running it into the ground. But anyways, new perspective. Right? The new perspective. And these bottom perspectives are the most difficult, so these bottom perspectives is what I'm gonna keep doing. Because I can do the top one, and the top one will involve like having the knuckles and shit, like, and those are just semi-spheres, right? And then the hand will be coming out, right? Blah, 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 blah. Like, I can do that. It's like, it's not that difficult, but this angle, this is what's really difficult, right? The bottom angle. The bottom angle for anything is always very difficult. So let's see, should we have my hand, or my right hand, but the right hand, this way? Right? I'll do it the opposite side now. Well, so it'll be something like this. Yeah, it'll be something like this. Fucking ignore my like fucked up pinky too. It's a hashtag crippled thing, you know? My friends roasted me so much when I got fucked up, but that's a story for another time when I have 5 million subscribers. But anyways, let's see, right? Okay, so I'm already thinking, and I'm purposely making this angle very difficult. It's gonna be something like this. Very difficult, very subtle, right? Like this is gonna be the box that I'm gonna be visualizing while I place it in my mind. Right, so yeah, that's basically the main thing. Is I'm Viggy. This is a delayed gratification channel. This is a channel that showcases the reality of progress. It showcases the effectiveness of fundamentals, and it showcases what happens when you simply refuse to stop. Right, and it's very realistic. 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. I think that a lot of people have that time. I genuinely think vast majority of you have that fucking time. Okay. And like when I had a full-time job, I had that time. When I had a full-time job, I was still fucking gymming, playing an hour, gymming for 2 hours, playing an hour piano, fucking drawing for an hour, right? Even jerking off for an hour just because I had the extra time. So if I can do it, you can do it, right? And that's another thing. You need to believe in yourself. Like this channel, despite my abrasive nature, despite my fucking crass language, right? It's not about being an asshole. I'm an asshole. You don't have to be like me. But yeah, in fact, I vehemently request that you do not be like me, right? But this channel is about believing, like just unwavering belief in your ability to figure it out. And again, while I'm drawing this line right now, I am struggling so much to see the box, to see through the box and see the diagonal cross sections, like to visualize this, right? I'm telling you right now, to visualize even just the front plane, but on this scale, like this larger scale, is incredibly difficult. And this is exactly where I'm attaching dopamine to errors, because my brain is making so many mistakes. It's making this diagonal go that way, this top one going like this, and it's all fucking wrong, right? But this is what I mean by attaching dopamine to errors, right? Like you have to notice when you make these mistakes. And again, I'm zoomed in on this line right now. What do I mean by zoomed in? I mean, I'm focusing on the lines that I'm making here, and that means I'm incapable of essentially having a broader page vision and zooming out and thinking about the diagonal cross sections, right? And like the box end of itself, right? But this is exactly the part of learning that is the most beneficial. So right now I'm trying to think about the because what happens is, like, basically, if you don't know the science behind it, when you're essentially focusing really hard, right, you're drawing, you're doing the task, and you're making a lot of mistakes, your brain is releasing something called acetylcholine and norepinephrine, right? And that's for focus and attention. When those chemicals are released during an intensive, dedicated practice learning bout, right, like it's essentially spotlighting the things that you're doing. And especially when you make mistakes, you have two choices: to attach frustration or to attach dopamine. When you attach frustration, you're releasing cortisol or whatever the fuck other chemical is, but you're signaling to your brain that this should not be paid attention to. When you attach dopamine, i.e. you just fucking randomly, you just create some sort of vague good feeling, or you just enjoy it. You can literally force yourself, you can literally gaslight yourself in this process, like you objectively can. When I first started, every time I made a mistake, I'd be like, error in my mind, while I had a fucking shit-eating grin like this, right? Like it was psychotic, right? And I did that for 8 months straight. And that's how I trained my mindset to fucking enjoy learning, right? So I get how difficult it is, and right now, like, this is incredibly difficult, right, to think about the diagonal cross sections, and also to make sure I'm actually expanding this, and because I have to think about the center, I have to expand it outward, I have to think about the subtle diagonal. So this is my subtle diagonal, I believe, right? That's my subtle diagonal. And I also have to, okay, I'm thinking about the diagonal cross sections. I'm trying really fucking hard to see this box. Like, I'm struggling so much. It's fucking hilarious how much I'm struggling. Like, I cannot even see the box. I can't see the diagonal cross sections. I can't see anything. That's why I'm ghosting right now, right, with my finger to get it down. And there you go, something like that. That's still a bit off. Like, and I can actually make this longer too, so the palm doesn't look too stout, right, too squat. But I'm trying really hard, and I'm also trying to think about how the cylinder, like the sphere, fits into all of this. And I believe I'm trying to think about overall like how the sphere fits into all of this. And let's try something like this, right? And bring it out. Okay, now I have to also think about like what the diagonal of this box is. And it's something like, so okay, so we have, so what I'm trying to say is like I'm trying to think about this diagonal, right? I'm also trying to think like how the cylinder will look in that regard, and the cylinder will look something. Well, look, what the fuck was that speech intonation? But the cylinder will look something like that. And after, while I'm thinking about the box and while I'm trying to think about these diagonals, I'm also trying to think about. And again, drawing is thinking. I'm really taxing my working memory. My working memory is absolutely fucking slammed right now, right? Up the wazoo, or is it the kazoo, or is it the kahoo? I have no fucking idea. But my working memory is absolutely slammed, and I'm trying to think like where is the center point of this sphere, and then where is it attached to? And it's like right around there. And then I have to think about the diagonal cross section. So I believe it's something like this is what I'm seeing. And we'll see. Like you see, I already made a mistake there, but something like this. And then while I'm trying to hold the box, because I'm still zooming out, I'm really trying to hold the box, I have to think where the tapering for this thumb will go. And the tapering for the thumb is quite larger. And you can see I just forced myself to feel good. I literally just forced myself to feel good because I fucked up the thumb. I fucked up the thumb quite drastically. And again, I'm trying to think in terms of the box. I'm trying to think about the box, think about this diagonal, and then center point, and then this subtle diagonal, and then this center point, this subtle diagonal, right? And then we are bringing it up, right? And let's see. Again, this is all based on the box I'm trying to visualize. Let's be very clear. Like, this is all based on a box I'm trying to visualize. And I think I still made this too drastic, because if this is my diagonal, and then this is center, yeah, this should have been much, this should have been much more subtle. But see, yeah, like it's definitely off. But that is the beauty. And I think this is not enough. Actually no, this is okay. This one's definitely okay. This, because I lost the perspective. My mind immediately changed this perspective to this. And you know why? Because this is fucking with me. This is an obstruction. My mind is making this the new perspective rather than realizing that is just a diagonal, right? Like that is just a diagonal within it, you know? Fucking, like it's something like that. Like that is the diagonal, right? So yeah, again, drawing is thinking. And the reason I explain everything I'm thinking is to, again, if you look at my fucking channel banner, you know, welcome to my fucking art progress channel, demystifying the journey to greatness. What are you constantly thinking about? I'm constantly thinking about the box. I'm constantly juggling many items in my working memory. I'm struggling incredibly so, and I'm constantly losing everything in my working memory, right? So I'm gonna rest my brain. I encourage you to do so as well, and then we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. Yes, also it is completely normal. Like again, I want to really fucking reassure you that it is absolutely normal, without a doubt, to constantly lose your perspective. To constantly lose the many things in your head you think of. Like I could not retain the box for literally the fucking like 99% of this. Like I couldn't retain it, I couldn't think about the diagonal cross sections, I couldn't think about anything. Like I literally did not have the capability, right? And that is learning, by the way. Like the learning The learning, what the fuck? Learning is just I'm incapable of understanding slash doing slash applying, yet I'm attempting to understand slash do slash apply, right? And it is in that gap, that deficit, where I am forcing myself to feel good and constantly understand and do and apply, right? Like that is learning. Like right now, like I've lost the box, like again, like just 5 times right there. Like I've completely lost the scene through box. Because again, while applying, it is incredibly difficult to think about diagonal cross sections and all that other bullshit, right? It is, and because I also, like, while I'm drawing this, I have to think about, and you'll see this is gonna look off because this is so much wider, right? And part of that, like, it's because the thing is, like, not only am I trying to think about the box and the diagonal cross sections, and fuck me, I dropped the pen. This also happens quite a bit. Get used to it, right? I'm also trying to think about the line quality. I'm also trying to apply my lines at a speed that is roughly 20 to 30% faster than I'm currently capable of, and I'm also trying to think through the form itself. That is so many things. I'm trying to think about the box. I'm trying to think about the diagonal cross sections. I'm trying to think through the box and all the diagonal cross sections that exist, right? And I'm trying to also apply and zoom out, right? And apply at a 20 to 30% faster speed, right? I cannot speak 20 to 30% faster speed while like of my line, which I'm incapable of doing currently, right? Making it clean and continuous while also thinking about the organic nature of the form and thinking through the form as well while I'm applying it. But also, again, don't forget to zoom out and think about the box and think about the additional fucking dozen calculations that exist within the box, right? It's currently impossible. Currently, and that's what we chase. We chase that 40% extra fucking boost that we're incapable of doing. Like that is literally learning. It's like we constantly strive to do what we cannot do. Because if you keep practicing what you can do, you're not learning. You're just going through the fucking motions, right? So that is that feeling, and that feeling is what we lean into, and that feeling is literally how we learn. And again, it's like, how do you enjoy that feeling? Again, that's how you just focus on the sheer effort that you're putting in. You know, the only way to enjoy learning is to focus on the effort. Everything else, and I mean everything else, is absolutely outside of your control. Right? You cannot control the outcome. You can control the effort you put towards the outcome that ended up becoming so, but you cannot control the outcome in and of itself, right? But you can control the effort while you were working through it, right? Throughout the process, you know? And again, I'm really trying to think about the box and this diagonal cross sections, and I'm really trying to think about this diagonal cross section for this plane, like specifically, right? Because I tend to just think about the largest ones, but these tiny ones, right, like these ones, right, they're very important because these narrow ones, like they're the ones that I struggle with the most, right? So, and again, like while I say that, I'm also trying to zoom out and I'm also trying to fucking think through this form as well, like, and I'm trying to create the depth for this form, these 3 organic forms, right? And again, I completely lost the box now, and I have to take a step back, feel good, attach dopamine to the clear mistake that I just made, right? And then continue onward. And try to hold all these items in my working memory. And again, art is a cognitive endurance skill, right? It is a working memory equation, you know. And that's what it is in draftsmanship specifically. That's what it is. That's what it always will be. And that's the best part about it, is that it's literally just constant effort. Like even these, I don't think I put this in the right perspective at all. Like when I think about the hands, like I did not put the hands in the right perspective. Like they should have been. Actually, no, they're okay. It's just this is fucking with it, right? But like I think they're okay. I think they could have definitely been better. I'm pretty sure there's mistakes here, right? But either way, the center line is all right. And, you know, just gotta keep going. But anyways, yeah, like constantly just rotating, oscillating, shifting, whatever the fuck you want to call it, juggling as many items. And I have a fucking pressure in my head. Like, I literally feel a pressure in my head as I do this, right? So, like, that is also extremely normal, right? Like, it's extremely, of course, cognitive effort uses resources. What resources? It uses astrocytic glycogen, right? Which is the fuel source for our brain. You know, that is what your brain uses when it is essentially, like my parietal lobe, my prefrontal cortex, your parietal lobe, prefrontal cortex, your motor cortex, they're vying for resources from your brain, which is a finite resource, astrocytic glycogen, right? So how do we get it back? By doing these micro rests, doing these micro gap effect rests, right? Which essentially, because right now I'm in output regression. I can't see anything, I can't think anything. Output regression is basically when you're trying your hardest to calculate, to visualize, whatever, trying to hold as many items in your working memory, trying to do the thing, where you're trying your hardest to do the thing and thinking about all the things that require doing the thing, right? For a layman's perspective, explanation, for a gay man's explanation. Ha ha ha, hilarious stroke, I've said that 50 times before. But anyways, that's what output regression is in like very, very normal terms, right? And you can see the proportion is off too, because why the fuck is the pinky bigger than the forefinger, right? 4 score and 4 fingers ago, he managed to draw something really subpar. So let's just make that a little bit bigger. There you go. Right. Wait, what the fuck? Oh no, shit. Oh shit, that was the pinky. Ah, fuck me, I fucked up. I should have made that bigger. See, beautiful. I made a mistake and I didn't realize, right? So it's just what it is. You just gotta, take it with a grain of salt. And like the heaviest grade in the world, take it very seriously. Mistakes are very legitimate. We have to analyze them. We have to understand what's going on there. But yeah, like it's just output regression is just when you're trying to do the thing, you think about all the things involving doing the thing, and you're just repeating trying to do the thing, and you're performing objectively worse than you were, like just in the past little bit of your current like intensive bout that you're doing in part of your practice, and that's when you say, okay, you lead into that for a little bit, then you take a step back, like I'm doing right now, rest your brain, then we get back to it, right? And there's already like a lot of mistakes I've made with how this is attached, but dude, I've already improved so much, because recall, I'm consistently trying to recall the proportions, and yeah, like this sphere is much larger than this sphere in relation to the hand, something that can be worked on, right? The ratio of this hand, right? Like this hand could have been a lot bigger, the thumb itself, sorry, could have been a lot bigger, something that could be worked on. I obviously fucked up the understanding and my perspective with the pinky and the forefinger, right? The index finger, whatever the fuck, something that can be worked on, right? I didn't calculate this diagonal properly, something that can be worked on. Dozens of things constantly that can be worked on. And these are, again, data points. We cannot take it personally, right? Line is shit, therefore, why is line shit? Not line is shit, form is shit, art is shit, therefore why am I shit? Because A, that doesn't serve you, B, is just untrue. Because if you can understand the concept of consistency and getting better consistently over an extended period of time through hundreds of hours and thousands of intentional repetitions and volume, if you can understand that concept, right, as a concept, you can be like, yes, it makes sense that if you do something a fuck ton of times with intent over years and years and years, you'll get better. Apply that to yourself. Apply that mindset to yourself and be like, how would somebody who wants to get better, what would they think like? Well, they just keep focusing on their mistakes, enjoy their mistakes, and view them as curious learning opportunities to try to understand and constantly analyze, right? And yes, I do speak on 3 times speed. But with that being said, please rest your brain. Oh, yeah, this is why it's going to take me like hundreds of repetitions to even be decent at this. Because again, the end goal is visualize the seen through box, right? Visualize the seen through box with all the diagonal cross sections, and then draw the object accurately and proportionally within that space that you have reasoned, right? That is a cognitively demanding task, because I'm holding multiple items in my working memory, and then I'm trying to calculate and proportionally relate those items in my working memory accurately while applying at a speed that is 20 to 30% beyond my comfort zone, and focusing on the line quality of the speed of what I'm applying as well, right? So there's a lot going on there, and you'll see like this hand, this pinky, everything will be off here, right? Because, oh fuck, see, beautiful mistake. Like I'm still not that skilled at going from point to point without looking at the point itself. Like if I was looking here, I could do it, but I'm also explicitly trying to build a skill of zooming out and not looking at the point that I'm drawing to while making that mark, right? So there's a lot. And let's see, diagonal cross section, that's the center, right? There's a lot to think about, right? So there's another thing I wanted to say. See, I actually fucked this up. I didn't make this is diverging. There's one more thing I wanted to say, but I don't remember anymore. Yeah, anyways, well, I'll keep going. right? But yeah, I'm very passionate about this. I'm very passionate. Yeah, that's what I want to say. I'm very passionate about instilling the correct mindset because beginners, especially for my audience, right? Which is why, despite my abrasive nature, my crass language, right, my fucking unserious personality, it's clear that my abilities can consistently output serious results. And it's not about the results, but you can be a fucking retard like me. Like, you can be an absolute fucking mongoloid, a dipshit beyond the highest of measures, right? And I'm proving that with the way I'm speaking and the way I talk and the way I express myself. Of course I am. And you can be that person and still, through serious effort, and again, I fucked this box up, and still through serious effort, and you don't have to be grim. That's why I like what Jim Rohn says, right? You don't have to be grim. You must simply be serious, like take it seriously. Through serious effort, which is the only thing we can control, through serious effort, we can achieve greatness, you know? But it won't be achieved overnight. It will be achieved over decades and decades and decades, right? Watch me become great is just a statement more than anything to be like, watch greatness occur, right? Watch what the reality of greatness is. You know, I don't draw for 10 hours a day. And it's actually fucking redundant to draw for 10 hours a day. 4 hours of deep work is really all the mind is capable of, right? And of course, getting mileage is helpful. Like that, there's an argument for that. Like that's all fine. But in terms of intentional mileage, or like sheer cognitively loaded intentional mileage, see, that was also wrong. That was completely off, right? 4 hours a day is the max. But I draw for 1 hour a day, 5 days a week. And now, because of the Broken Draw School community, having to pay for the service, and I did that intentionally, right? I'm paying for it. I draw for an extra half an hour, and that's all posted now. If you go to my post, you'll see like, oh, I'm doing form deconstruction. But it's all the same process. This is what interleaving is, right? This is the actual interleaving that I did not realize that I wasn't doing correctly. And now I'm like, oh, okay, like now I actually understand it, which is I'm constantly practicing the box, right? And visualizing the box in the diagonal cross section. And I'm interleaving by practicing the same thing, but changing the subject matter, which is what objects are being deconstructed and applied within the space that is being constantly visualized and honed, which is the box and the fucking, the multiple cross sections and the invisible planes inside of it, right? So, yeah, and I'm very passionate about this because the audience I want to build is an audience that understands neuroplasticity, understands neuroscience, understands exactly how to biohack their own brain. And these are all mechanisms available to every single one of you. I don't give a fuck what you have, all right? I don't care. Okay, I'm average to below average. I may be neurotypical, I may not be neurotypical. But do you know, and there are many artists who are neurotypical and not neurotypical. There are fucking incredible artists who have aphantasia. You likely don't have aphantasia because it's a fucking like 3% chance of having it, right? Like of the population. But an aphantasia is simply an inability to visualize. It is not an inability to calculate. It is not an inability to reason. It is not an inability to build draftsmanship abilities. So again, controversial. I don't give a fuck. I don't care who you are. None of you are above sheer intentional volume. There's only one thing, that's it. None of you are above sheer intentional volume because every single one of you are capable of it, okay? Every single fucking one of you are capable of it, right? It doesn't matter who you are capable, all right? Because you have two options. You can either believe that, oh, no, actually he's wrong and I'm incapable, right? This guy's telling me I'm capable. He's spending fucking all his drawing session not drawing and just fucking just spazzing out at me like, you can do it. But he's wrong. I can't do it. So I'm sorry, Mr. Person who is random and I don't know you and seems to believe in me for some reason, but you cannot do it. You have that option, right? Or you have the option to be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about this guy, but if some random dipshit on the internet genuinely thinks I'm capable of achieving something, then how about fuck his opinion and I'll make that opinion for myself and I'll say, yes, I can achieve, right? I don't need him to tell me that. Either way, I win. Actually, no, I lose if you say you don't believe in yourself. Please believe in yourself. I don't win. I don't win at all. But either way, let's get this hand going as well. And this is gonna be tricky because I gotta really balance proportion and like space and think about like which way I'm drawing the hand, right? So okay, I'll do I guess technically an easier angle, right? Technically, but not really. But let's do let's see, yeah, let's do this angle and we'll do the top because I do want to start involving the knuckles, right? And again, I'm fucking visualizing and I can't see and and while I can't see, all I can do is, and again, I'm not looking at the lines that I'm making because that's the other skill. There you go, I'm looking at it now. That's the other skill I'm trying to build because look, you see? I couldn't connect it properly. So that is already a beautiful mistake. And I just attached dopamine. I just felt good about that, right? But that is a beautiful mistake. And again, I'm constantly losing the perspective. Another beautiful mistake, right? And right now, I'm trying to think about the overall box, right? The size of the box that I want and the diagonal, cross section, diagonal cross sections, right? Oh wait, yeah, okay, I already did this properly. I just didn't know if I did the cross sections here correctly. But the diagonal cross sections. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm trying to think about the box. I'm trying to think about all that, and I'm trying to think about the. And I'm really grinding my brain right now, because what am I trying to see in my mind? I'm trying to see the top plane, right? I'm trying to see this diagonal, and I'm trying to cut it in half, and I'm trying to see this specific diagonal and that specific diagonal. I'm trying to calculate what that is. Obviously, this is too narrow. It should be wider, right? As per my the base that's established by the base of the palm, right? Like the width established by the base of the palm. But I'm just trying to think right now, and I think, right, I all I can do is postulate, right? I can only guess. I was gonna say gestate, but that makes no fucking sense. Fucking, I can only gestate. Yeah, bro, wait 6 months or 9 months, right? Like I can't gestate. What the fuck? But it is quite the period, literally. But let's see. Okay. Again, like I can't fucking explain this, so I do apologize. But I'm trying to think about the box. I'm trying to really fucking zoom out and see the entire box, and trying to, again, what I'm also trying to do is constantly think about like the form. Because another skill is like, while I'm trying to see this insane fuckery of the box and the diagonal cross sections, like while I'm trying to see all of that, I am also trying to constantly remind myself and visualize the forms to the best of my ability. So I just need to commit. So I just need to lean into this extreme friction and think about like, what is the perspective? And I think the perspective is that, right? What is the perspective? And then on the other side, I think the perspective is this, right? And this is genuinely actually pretty accurate. It's not incredible, but it is relatively accurate, right? And then I have to also think about the diagonal cross section. I also have to think about the sphere. I'm trying to think about the sphere right now and where that sphere sits, right? Because if I look at the artwod example, it is again a large sphere that stops at the center line, and it sits right around, and let's make this a little bit larger, right? But it sits right around here. And I have to think, how is this form intersecting, right? And where is my sphere? Like, how is it even coming about? So I am going to, again, intersect it like such, right? And you won't understand, because I can't explain the intersection. Intersection is a meeting of two contours, and only through sheer repetition and fucking hundreds of hours of practice will you be able to conceptualize it, right? Go to fucking artwod, bro. How many fucking times do I have to say that shit? But anyways, let's see. And then I'm trying to think about this diagonal right now. I'm trying to think about that diagonal, right? Because that's my box. I'm trying to think about that diagonal. And then this, obviously, that was the center, right? That was the center, and then, okay. Fuck, I don't know anymore. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I can't see anything. I literally cannot see anything, but we just have to keep continuing. And I have to, again, because I lost the box, I literally lost the entire perspective of the box, right? So I need to think about the sphere and how it's connecting around, right? And I need to think about the diagonal cross section. Dude, I'm so fucking confused. But let's just say the, and this is like the center point, something like that. This is where that's where the cylinder thumb is located. That's the best I can do right now. Like, that's genuinely the best I can do right now, because I cannot think. I literally cannot think, right? So, and that's the thumb, and I don't even know the perspective that it's in, but I think it's something like, oh shit, I made it too big again. We'll just stop it right here. Right, I think it's something like this, and then we have the tapered part of the thumb, right? And I'm trying to think about the proportions, and by the way, I'm looking at this line right now, so you can see my line work. It's still going to shit. Even just because I'm looking at it doesn't mean suddenly the lines are better, right? But I'm trying to really think about the box, but also think about the proportions in relation to this thumb little fuckery. this thumb tapered cylinder, right? And I think I completely lost the plot. Like, I genuinely think I completely lost the plot. Yeah, because this diagonal is too much. Because if this is my box, right? If this is the box that I've been envisioning this in, right? Let's just say it's something like this. Then this diagonal right here that I've drawn is basically what I did for this tapering, rather than the subtle diagonal, which is something like this. Right? So that one actually got accurate. If you look at this line, it's pretty similar. But this one, it's off. So again, a beautiful, say it with me, error, right? Error. And now we can't do anything apart from cry. I can cry. We can definitely cry. But we can't do anything apart from just connect it and accept the L. Take the fucking L, bro. Take it up the ass. But I'm gonna rest my brain, I encourage you to do so as well. And then we're going to finish the hands. And thankfully, the pinky's on this side, so it's not going to be as large. Thank goodness. So I'll have space to draw it. But yeah, you see how many fucking mistakes I made, bro? It's amazing. It's genuinely amazing, right? And that's what I want to keep instilling. If anybody's gonna be on this channel, and I really hope you draw along, right? Like, use me as accountability, body doubling, fucking mute my ass, keep me on the background, give me retention, the good, right? More than anything, all I want to ever do is instill belief, the right mindset, and the understanding of how you can just fucking just sheer effort, just sheer intentional effort, right? Again, like, so many beginners, it's for anything. How do I get better? How do I get better at this thing? Well, one, learn about what to do to get better at that thing, and then do it 500 times with intent. You will get objectively, exponentially better, right? And if it takes you 1 hour to draw 3 hands, but you are fucking thinking and holding a dozen plus items in your working memory while applying, and just you were genuinely in a fucking proximal zone of discomfort, the Goldilocks zone, whatever the fuck you want to call it, state of desirable difficulty. If you're there, then that's it. Like, you will learn, right? You will objectively just learn extremely efficiently, right? And that's all you need to do is just keep putting in effort. And with that inspirational speech aside, I'm gonna rest my brain, please. Do so as well. Also, please make sure to stay hydrated. Very important. Genuinely very important. So anyways, back to fucking visualizing the box. And let's see. I don't even know what the fuck my perspective is anymore, bro. Like, I'm actually so confused. Oh no, it's just like this. Yeah, there you go. See, like, it happens. You constantly lose it, right? And again, now I'm trying to visualize the box and the perspective while I think about and again, this is kind of coming around this way, like so I have to make sure, and I'm just trying to like think through the form again, like, where is this connecting, right? But it is incredibly difficult. Like, right now, like, I'm trying to think about the form, I'm trying to think through this form, I'm trying to also make sure the fingers aren't too fucking sausage-like and are actually like a decent width, right? But again, like, it's gonna be too wide. They're gonna be too wide apart. It is going to happen because the tapering is incorrect, because that is extremely difficult to spatially reason, right? And I keep losing the perspective. I genuinely keep losing the perspective, right? So there you go. And then I have to bring it around. Again, I'm thinking about the form, right? Trying to make this a bit smaller, like so, thinking about the form, and then bringing it around. And again, what do I mean by thinking about the form? I mean that while I'm drawing it, I'm thinking about this. Like, this is a cylinder, right? This is a cylinder. That's literally what it is, right? But how do we get from a cylinder to this, right? And again, you won't be able to understand this until you put the fucking 50, 100, 150, 300 reps of intentional, like, just intentional volume in. Like, we can get art all we want. You can watch fucking Antonio's on Proco's channel, Antonio Straperz's video on 6 steps to draw anything. You can watch it and be like, oh, this makes sense. And then you're gonna sit down and you're gonna be like, holy fuck, it takes me so much mental and physical energy just to draw a line going from one point here, right? It takes me so much damn energy. Holy shit. There you go. Skill gap, reality gap, volume gap, effort gap, time gap, decades of just completely crystallized knowledge that is declarative and procedural. Declarative, I know. Procedural, I can do, right? And doing is all that matters, right? Hope me saying it like a fucking moron 3 times really helped, right? But yeah, thank you, Broken Draw, for the shout out. Right, I really appreciate you. I just wish you told people that this is the one gonna be one of the greatest art channels in the history of humanity, right? But instead, he was just like, if you wanna understand form, like intersections and mannequins, like, he's the guy. He doesn't even know how to market me, bro. I'm gonna have a strongly worded talk with him. It'll probably come down to him booting me out of his school community. But at least it was strongly worded, and I got my opinion across, because opinions are all that matters, not facts. Right? And again, like, I'm making lots of mistakes with these lines because I'm not able to, like, think properly while doing it, and I completely lost the perspective. I completely lost the box, and I have to Again, it's so difficult because I'm telling you, if you are learning properly, you're gonna feel like a fucking idiot 99% of the time, right? Like if you're actually learning, if you're putting in a lot of effort to learn, right? It is, and right now, like while I'm focusing on this line, right? Because I'm trying to think about the contours, I'm barely able to think about the box and the seam through box, let alone the diagonal cross sections, right? Bless me. But if you are practicing, fuck me, I dropped the fucking pen cap. This also happens quite a bit. I drop the pen cap very often, TBH fam, very often. But yeah, if you are practicing with intent and you are doing your best to try to think about as many things as you can, right, and to hold as many items in your working memory, to really focus on like applying what you're trying to learn, right? Emphasis on trying, not succeeding, just trying, right? Like you will inevitably feel like a fucking idiot, and that is normal. Again, like that is extremely normal. That is incredibly normal, actually. It's just this the only way. It's the only way. And again, let's see what this is, right? Because right now I feel like a fucking idiot. I'm trying so hard while I draw these lines and draw these contours. I am trying so fucking hard to visualize the box, and I can't see shit. I'm an output regression. And I've just forced myself to feel good because I literally cannot see shit. Also, this is off. I just took in how bad this is. Like the arm is not angled properly. But you know, again, like it's not about the arm being angled properly. If this was angled properly, then the hand would look a lot better because then this palm would be tapered right around here, right? And then this would be in accordance with that. Because if that is where the palm would be, right, something right around there, then the hand would be jutting out properly. But again, I didn't see the box properly, so this diagonal, yeah, like I don't even know what the fuck I'm seeing anymore. Like I genuinely don't know what the fuck I'm seeing. But yeah, this diagonal, it's more appropriate, but only, again, the palm thickness fucks things up. But you see, I do have a general understanding. Like this is okay. This is, again, beautiful mistakes, right? But yeah, welcome to my channel. Watch me become great, right? Become great with me. Emphasis on the become, because it is the process. You thought I was gonna do the whole like emphasis on come? No, we're serious today, right? Just for this 10 seconds that I decided to change it up. But becoming is the goal, like that, and becoming is what? Doing the thing, and being someone who can do the thing with no external reward. Again, this is a delayed gratification channel. If you want to watch pretty results, fuck off. Like that, this isn't for you, right? Like this just isn't for you. There are many people who will give you pretty results, right? And that's fine. They'll give you the pretty results. I'm here to literally show you what work goes into those pretty results over years and years and years of intentional effort, and to prove that every single one of you can do the exact same thing, right? Like that is what this is. So if you want to get early and actually just start drawing along with me, fucking get to it. Let's do it. Come on, let's put in the fucking effort, right? But if you thought you were gonna get some fucking hyper edited brain rot bullshit, then get the fuck off my channel. I just don't need you. I want you, actually. I want you to be brain rotted, but I had half a mind just for fucking shits and giggles. I was like, you know, maybe in a few years when I have the money for an editor or some shit, right? Is to like have a yeah, I don't know if anybody knows the YouTuber Zanny, right? If anybody knows the YouTuber Zanny, Zanny, he's like a gaming YouTuber, very entertaining. I enjoy his content quite a lot. That was a mistake. Again, every time, like I don't mention it, I'm not talking about that right now, but like 90% of the lines that I'm making are mistakes, whether in their line confidence or, again, you see like line confidence with shit, and I completely missed the mark, right? So that's a mistake. That's a beautiful mistake. But he has like his main Zanny channel, and then he has like 2 Zanny, which is basically dead, and then he has 3 Zanny, right? And like they all serve different purposes. Main channel is like his videos that he edits. 2 Zanny is like, I actually don't know what the fuck the difference between 2 Zanny and 3 Zanny is, right? But I think he clarified it as 2 Zanny was dying. But like I don't know what the fucking difference is. 3 Zanny is basically like all his streams, his VODs, and edited by his friend Yeti for hire, right? But anyways, the point what I'm trying to make is like I had half a mind to make like a Viggy 2, right? Because we have Viggy, and then I was gonna make Viggy 2, and it was gonna be just like fucking like completely cut down versions of all my like 10-minute versions of every single one of my videos, again uploaded 5 days a week. So it'll just be like a very delayed backlog, but hyper edited for the fucking retard brain rot audience who are just like, I need stimulation, I need fucking Candy Crush playing on in the background while Subway Surfer is in the corner, and somebody's reacting to the Subway Surfer while I'm drawing, right? Like that I was gonna do some stupid fucking idea like that. but I genuinely care about you, your attention, your ability to learn, and your ability to focus, and your ability to persist. So if and when I do make that channel, it's actually still very likely, even though I just said I care about all that shit. If that does happen, I'm gonna literally be like, don't sub to this channel, don't be a fucking moron. Like I actively discourage you from subbing to it. And anybody who does after that, like every video is gonna start with being like, don't watch this video, it's brain rot. You're a fucking idiot if you watch this video. Fucking go to the main channel and draw along. But without a doubt, there will be fucking absolute brain dead morons who will watch it anyway. So like it's gonna be successful no matter what, I think, right? I would love to be proved wrong. If nobody watches it and my main channel still continues to like, and it will always continue, I'll be like, oh shit, like holy shit, people are actually drawing wrong. I'm not Asian, not totally. Yeah, I'm actually South Asian, so I don't have the right to say it. I have the duty. But yeah, everybody drawing along. Anyways, welcome. I'm Viggy, right? Channel is a repository. It's gonna be the largest and the greatest repository of human skill acquisition on the planet. Welcome. You're here early. I'll see you in 2,000 hours, i.e. 2,000 videos, i.e. roughly 3 to 4 years, right? Actually, no, fuck, like 7 to 8 years. But whatever. For those of you who are not, who don't give a shit about the process, right? But you know, if you're here to draw along, welcome, one all, welcome, fucking one for all for one. Welcome all, welcome one. I don't know what the fuck the sayings are, bro. But with that being said, this is my outro for those of you who are new, who somehow managed to stay here till the end. I highly doubt that, like, it's probably just the OGs, like the actual people the few people who watch, right? And like draw along who are still here. But you know what the deal is. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please give me money.